I'm so excited, Rachel. So let's jump into this quick interview, and I want you to be as honest and as real with me as you can, because that way people can really know what I'm like to work with.
Okay.
And so I have some questions for you. The first one is just give me a quick introduction of who you are and what it is that you do.
I am Rachel Casey, and I'm a photographer for a company called Mockup Hub. And I create mostly apparel mockups for small businesses that need to kind of improve their product photography without having to take actual pictures of all of their products, because sometimes they don't even have them on hand to photograph.
Okay, so where were you in your business when you first started to work with me?
Where was I? I had no plan. You've given me a plan. I had like aspirations for wanting things to be better someday, but I didn't really know how to get there. I didn't have any kind of strategy. I didn't know, all I figured was like, oh, I just need to take more pictures, and I guess I need a logo. And maybe like an email list or something, but that's pretty much all I knew. And I was really hoping to increase my income for my family. So I was committed to wanting to do that, but yeah, didn't know how.
You know how. You didn't know right? You didn't know the next step. So, how have you enjoyed your experience working with me so far?
It's been great. So, I mean, clearly you're like a wonderful designer and everything, but I think the biggest thing for me has just been like mindset and working with you that way. Like I've gained so much more confidence in my ability to run a business than I ever thought I would. And so much more clarity. Like I remember when I originally had like messaged you on Instagram, I was we talked a little bit back and forth, and I said, I think I need this, but I don't really know. And I was reading back on those messages a while ago, looking at it and thinking like, wow, I have like so much more clarity now. Like I have a roadmap, like I'm going to do this and this and this, and I have systems set up, and my revenue has grown, and it's been great to be able to contact you and say, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with this, and please help me out. I'm stressed out. How do I manage this? And you always have really good advice for me.
Oh, so good. Okay, so what's been the biggest, I call it an aha moment, that you've had since working with me?
I think kind of just expanding on what I just said, that the clarity, I guess.
Clarity.
Yeah, that I don't know, or maybe the custom work. I don't know. It's just been one big aha moment.
So wait, I want to hear about the custom work. So tell me like what you discovered.
So I originally was just selling like one mock-up at a time to everyone. And I remember discussing with you like, oh, people ask me for custom work, but I don't really have like systems set up, and I don't really exactly know how to do that. And you kind of pushed me because I was a little bit resistant at first, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that. Like I was scared,
Yeah.
But you pushed me. That's my child in the background. And I kind of like felt like I was going to puke, and I took a deep breath and took a step forward.
Mommy,
Hi, buddy.
I
1 second. That's a beautiful picture, Grace. I love it.
That was, I mean, the babies too, like would just say like we're always interrupted by babies, but it totally works. So it was
yeah,
so fun.
yeah. You've seen my kids many times. Anyway, so I did it, and I contacted somebody that I had previously turned down, and I said, hey, I'm doing this now, and I ended up booking my first contract with them. And I remember emailing you and saying, oh my God, I got my first contract. And you just responding back with the sweetest message. And it was just like really exciting. It was kind of confirmation that like I can do this.
Yeah. So how many contracts have you signed?
4, and I have a 5th lead that I'm having a call with next week.
I know we just talked about your income has almost tripled, right?
Almost.
You're almost there, I think. So
yeah,
that's kind of awesome. Like
yeah,
I
unbelievable.
keep track of that because I want to be able to say like, look, you've gone from this to this in the last 6 months. Like that's huge. Like, you've tripled your income in 6 months. It's so cool. So I guess what kind of results have you seen implementing the thinking and the strategies part? Like, do you feel like those results are significantly more than what you were expecting? What were you expecting? So many questions. I know.
Like the explain that again, like the client.
All of it. Like what kind of strategies have you implemented and what results have you seen, I guess, from those strategies?
I don't know how to answer that.
Okay, let me ask you a different way. What strategies have you implemented?
Still a work in progress, but
always.
Definitely like templates and stuff, right? So rather than like always starting from fresh with a client, I have my system set up on my management software, so I can easily, send them an email, and I know like my workflow, right? Like I have, I'm going to start with this. They fill out a questionnaire, and then they book a call with me. We have a call. We send them a proposal, invoice, contract. Then we move on to the creative direction, and we have another call. Like I know exactly how I'm going to go through it, and I can repeat the same process every time, which is not only great for me to have a system, but it's great to know how I work because clients ask. Right? They're like, how is this gonna go? And I say, well, it's gonna go X, Y, Z. And that gives them a lot more confidence in my ability to actually get it done. Yes, buddy. What are you gonna show me? That's beautiful. A dragonfly.
Okay, so how has working with me changed the way that you think about your business moving forwards?
I don't even know if I can put that into words. Like the place that I thought I was going and where I was at originally is just, like I said, I just never could have envisioned where I am now. I don't know. Like things are growing, and my whole mindset has changed, like the stuff that when we started talking about it, you'd bring it up and I just want to puke because I was so scared and nervous to like do these big things and take a leap. Like now we'll just talk about it and I'll be like, oh yeah, I have a sales call, this, that, and the other. And like that sentence never would have come out of my mouth like a couple months ago. And it's just my confidence in my business and my confidence in myself has grown so much. And the more that I do and the more deep breaths that I take and the more, you kind of push me to expand, like it's all been good, like I just keep growing and moving and I'm excited to see where my business will be in a year.
I love that. Mm-hmm. So I have to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, would you tell somebody thinking about working with me, what would you say?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10. Work with her.
Hey! I'm so excited. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for jumping on this call with me and giving, I guess, me like some feedback, and makes me excited when clients tell me like, look, you did what you promised and I can see so much more potential in my future. That makes me like, I could cry thinking like, I helped you, and I love that. Like it just makes me so excited. And so
I've gotten more value from my business than I ever thought I would, and more value personally than I for my confidence than I ever thought I would. So
yes,
and worth it.
Victory. All right, well, thank you so much, Rachel. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.